How you doing out there? It's AG Surfer back in another comic book vid, man, on a Friday. All right. So, um, my voice usually sounds pretty jacked up, I guess, but it might be a little bit more than usual. I was getting over a cold. It's like really quick. Hit me on a couple of days during this week. I again last weekend I took off for a trip to Oregon. Kind of last minute. My brother told me about a convention that was up there. It's Eugene Comic Con. It was very cool. Larry Hama was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, Larry Hama didn't show up. Hopefully, he's doing better. They said he had some health issues and whatnot. But hopefully Larry's doing better. I brought some books out there to get signed by him, like GI Joes and stuff. But unfortunately, he wasn't there. I just hope that he's doing better. Randy Emberlin was out there, and so I got some books signed by Randy Emberlin. And but it was like the fourth or fifth time meeting that guy. Just a fantastic guy. But anyways, yeah, going down to Oregon with with a buddy of mine, and then meet up with my brother and hang out with his family and go to this convention was awesome. It was a nice little convention, and Eugene Comic Con, Eugene Con, I believe they call it. They haven't had it for a while. Um, some stuff that I want to show off that my brother given me. Got me this massive. I don't want to be careful leaning up against it. It's huge. Just like it reads, man. Marvel Encyclopedia, updated and expanded. I mean, it's cool. Very cool, man. Let's see. Look at all these nice, large, illustrated Kang the Conqueror, illustrated stuff. Very cool. Mephisto, his first appearance on a Silver Surfer. I know that. Mesmero. Omega Red. X-Men issue number 6, I believe. 5 or 6, something like that. X-Men. Jim Lee. Parker, Ant-Man, and Uncle Ben. There you go. So, just an awesome. I was really stoked. He gave me this thing, this nice big reading material here, Marvel Universe. And it wouldn't be complete without a pop fig. I always get pop figs, and actually I didn't pick up any pop figs at the convention. Huh, that's a first. Yeah, they had some nice pop figs, man. They had that prototype. They had the little guy prototype Boba Fett, exclusive from Walgreens, but they wanted $20. Wasn't going to drop that because I know it just came out. It's tough to find, but you could find that prototype Boba Fett at a Walgreens for like $10. Just came out, so I still got a shot at that. But they did have Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think they wanted like $11-12 for Obi-Wan. And again, I didn't buy it because I think Obi-Wan just came out, so you can get Obi-Wan Kenobi later. But my brother just kicked me down. I was looking for this when it came out for like ever. It's look at it, half the body. It's kind of like phased out. It's clear on the vision. My brother had 2 of these, so he hung on to one for me because I've been looking for this from Target for when they came out, and I just couldn't find them. Excuse me, really tough to find. So my brother hooked me up, and I hooked him up. He got a bag full of pop figs from me. So yeah, I think he kind of made out. But it's also combination Christmas, birthday, all that kind of stuff. And you haven't seen your brother for like a year or something. You give him all those gifts, right? But I dig that vision. I was really stoked. And let me get into some of the books I picked up from the Eugene Comic Con. Yeah, since Larry Hama wasn't there, I just kind of went to Randy Amberlin and got a few things done by him. And I actually got a sketch done by Randy, and I turned that sketch in. I can get into that story later. But let me get into the books. There's a lot of good dealers there, a lot of good stuff. One guy had, toward the end of the, we were just there. They were there. We were just there on Saturday, and we only had one day there. And they were going to, we could have gone. Sunday was all about getting home on Sunday, and the convention was, just 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. But we were cool just for Saturday, just a real quick trip. But Wolverine issue 72 and Wolverine issue 76. The one's labeled at $3, the one's labeled at $2. The guy that I came across, he had, I don't know how many long boxes. I mean, Jesus, he must have had like about 100 long boxes. And then he had a bunch of short boxes. He said, everything in the boxes on Saturday was 50% off the price. So I don't mind grabbing $2 books and getting them for $1. And see some of these, like this was Larry Hama, I believe. So I was looking, I just picked him up because I thought, if he's there, and plus some of these books I may already have, but this quality might be a little better. But for $1, Wolverine issue, I think that 82. And Wolverine issue number, I think it was 97. I dig those covers. And again, these are like copies. I think this is like my second copy or something. So that's $1.50. This is issue number 98 for $1. Oh, this was awesome. I was stoked to find this one. Issue 100, because I have the other one with the hologram. So that's pretty awesome. I really dig that one for $1. And Wolverine issue 153 for $1. You know, work on some Wolverines, you know. Yeah, this guy had a lot of nice comics, and he had some pricey and expensive ones, but I try to stick to these half-off deals. And then I'll show some more. Submariner, issue 46. So for $2.25, can't go wrong. This one was really kind of, my brother was digging through boxes with me, you know, when his kids were awesome. The 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and the youngest boy and the youngest girl got dressed up. The youngest girl was Batgirl. She was awesome. She was awesome as Batgirl. And then the youngest boy was a stormtrooper without this mask, you know, without the helmet, because the helmet would get too hot. So he was a stormtrooper. Looked like a mini-me. Oh man, it's awesome to see kids, because kids love how the folks get dressed up and they get pictures with all the other guys, you know, dressed up. And so the little guy dressed as a stormtrooper was getting photos with the other larger stormtroopers, and the larger stormtroopers were really cool, you know, and they were all decked out and they're all dialed in, and it was awesome. And then of course as a mini Batgirl, she was getting a lot of attention because people, oh, check it out, it's Batgirl, and people were getting pictures with her, and she was having a good time. And it's really cool to see. I don't know, man, it's like a great time to be a kid, I guess, or a young kid, if you can get dressed up. It's like Halloween, you know, and you get to see all your superheroes and dress up like them and whatnot. But I was really happy to find this one. It's better than the one I currently have. The one I have is all banged up. It's like a reader copy. So my brother's like, hey, you got this? And my brother's digging through boxes, and he's grabbing books, and he's like, my brother's got this one, so he's like, he's just handing me Thor's. And I said, yeah, I'll take that for $5, $2.71 for $5, and $2.74 for $5. And then we got issue 370 for $1.50. And I'm gonna try to hustle through it pretty good because I just talk. Invincible Iron Man. This one, and again, these are all decent copies. You know, they're not perfect, but they're definitely not reader copies. I was really digging that cover. You know, that's the Doom Quest. I mean, Dr. Doom right there, staring down Iron Man. That's pretty cool. It's a really nice cut. It's got one little zinger. But issue 149, I got that. What is it, like $4.50? Yeah, something like that. This one's definitely kind of banged up, but to get it for $2.50, and I got it for $2.50, and it's like the Invincible Iron Man from the first Iron Man movie. So second printing variant, yeah, it's a little zinged up a little bit, but for $2.50, I was like, oh yeah, that's Iron Man, baby. And then I was really happy to find this Star Wars, and again, this one's got some. Alright, that's my alarm. Let me know that Star Wars is coming, plus I gotta get to work. You know how I do my vids. So I gotta know that I want to make sure I get to work on time. It's very important to pay for this hobby, among other things. Star Wars issue 88. It's the first appearance, I guess, of this gal here. You know, she's the new Dark Lord. I believe it's a female. So to get that for like $7, it's not perfect, but it's a tough issue. You know, I've been kind of digging through Star Wars boxes, and I haven't seen that one in a while, or at all. Did a couple Batmans, $6.76. I believe that's a Alex Ross. I got that for $3. Another Alex Ross, $6.79 for $2. And this one's just really cool, $6.85. It's the last rights. $1.50. Catwoman. I think those are Alex Ross's. And before I cut the vid out, before I come back, possibly with another vid, let me show off. These are kind of the big books. Here's another book, actually. Another Thor that was in his half-off box. I really like that one. Thor, I put it in a top loader. Issue 151 Thor. He had it at 20, so I got that for 10. And again, it's got its minor issues. A slight miswrap, some hits along the spine. But overall, it's a pretty sharp book. So I really dig that one. And then again, I got that for $10. I was like, right on. Cover I've been looking for. I picked up 3 big books from him, though, from behind, when he had his wall there of comics. So I'm going to go ahead and show some of these off. And I'll talk about the prices. Like this one, he had this, the Renew Your Vows, the Deadpool, where he's taking it to the chops. I like that. That's a pretty cool cover. Yeah, he had it stickered at 30, and when I asked him about the books, that were up there, I'm like, what's the deal on the price? He's set on those prices. So no, we can work something out. So shoot me a price. So the thing with this one, he wanted 30. I said, hey, 20. He goes, I can do 25. I said, right on. I'll do 25 because it's a book I just don't see very often. This book here, I was kind of stoked. I figured why not. It's like an earlier appearance of Harley Quinn. This was one of the first ones I'd seen, or I noticed up there on his board. And this is Saturday because we're not coming back Sunday, so it's like let me see what kind of deals I might be able to get. Again, I said hey, what's the price? He's like, I know you're asking 40, but we do 30. Because I can do 30. So this one was really cool. He took $10 off, $5 off the variant, but $10 off this back row adventure. So I was really cool with that. And this one, you know what? I've been wanting this one for a while, kind of going back and forth. This one's got its problems. I found a few little things after the fact. We opened it up to look inside to make sure the tattoos were there. The tattoos are there. But I mean, it's got, some little issue around the staple. Just some minor stuff, but it's actually, it's really tough to sell. But there's a little, right in this area, there's like a little hole, real minor. I don't know if it's a tear, but right above the his little hang glider there. He wanted $80 for that. I offered 60. He took 60, so I was really stoked. And I think even for 60, I still did okay. I want to say it's probably, I don't know if I get an 8.0 out of it if I submit it. 7 to 8, 7 or higher. That's what I would say. To be honest, other than that, it's a pretty sharp book, with the exception of like this little pinhole right there, and then some issues on the spine. But it's a real clean book. It's got the tattoos, so it's a book I've been eyeballing for a while. And I've seen some that cost over $100 and they don't have the tattoos. So really cool with that. And with that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and close this vid out and maybe come back with another vid, but I got to get going to work. So thanks again for checking in and tuning out my vids, checking out my vids. And for everyone out there, have a great weekend. Take care.